I'm going to show you completed my Best of Thomas and Friends Collector's Edition DVD collection, which is only the best of Thomas's characters only. That is, start with Best of Thomas. This is the first Thomas DVD ever made from Anchor Bay, but it's not the very first Thomas DVD ever made in the United States. Just the Anchor Bay release. And in case, sorry, this one, all these, and by the way, all of been shown were printed in black and white. Sorry about these covers were printed in black and white, so I do apologize for that. So, yeah. Here's the spine. It was supposed to be in color. I kind of wish I could print the pictures in color because we don't have a color printer any. So yeah, here's the back. Maybe someday I might redo it again, but it'll be a lot better. It'll be a lot better next time, but yeah. Here's the disc. Here's what the disc looked like. Yeah, this was the real copy inside. It has the original disc inside. Next, Best of James. In case you're wondering about that I own Best of James and Best of Percy, the inside of the disc, well, this is not it doesn't have the real original disc inside. I'll show you what it looked like on the inside. It's actually kind of a homemade DVD inside. Here it is. Yep. I actually really good at adding details. I did try my best to do James myself. Here's the disc. This is what my copy looked like. But this DVD is still used. This is kind of a homemade DVD, but this DVD still plays the original content. Yep. Yeah, don't worry, you guys. It still plays the original content. It's not a homemade DVD itself. So, yeah, still plays the original 2002 content. Because I just burned an ISO DVD I just burned an ISO image DVD. I downloaded off from Internet Archive since I didn't have it yet. So I finally have this DVD. So I'm going to get this. Same thing as Best of James. Next, Best of Percy. The VHS originally came out in 2001. This is a 2002 DVD. Yeah, then Best of Percy just released back in 2002. I think back in the mid 2002. And Best of Percy on VHS came out before Best of Thomas, by the way. I think Best of Thomas VHS DVD came out like almost like a couple weeks after 9/11, and Best of Percy VHS came out before 9/11 attack. So, yeah. Just the VHS tape, that is, not the DVD. Because this one, I think it's probably a year, probably like a first anniversary of the VHS before the DVD release came out, I believe. And here's the disc. Yeah, this is again, just like Best of James, my copy is the homemade ISO copy, but it still plays the original 2002 content on it. I don't have the actual disc itself, so yeah. I do have a lot of these ISO homemade Thomas DVDs that have the mostly have the real contents, because I didn't have them. So I did it myself instead of just buying it. Only if I had blank discs, so yeah. And finally, Best of Gordon. Yep, the inside is has the original disc inside. And in case you didn't know, it was on Best of Gordon. This is the only collector's edition Thomas DVD ever made use the name boards instead of bumpers. Because usually, Best of Thomas, James, and Percy would have bumpers on it, but I used name boards instead. So yeah, I don't know why. It's kind of weird, but it's pretty cool. They did make another Best of Gordon, but I kind of wish they did release which are more than besides the real one they never did were like Best of Edward, Best of Henry, Best of Duck, and the rest of the characters, and Best of Toby. which I do have them, but but we all know, but they're not really real. They're actually fake, so they're custom DVDs. I'm only showing you that weren't custom. Yep, here's the disc. Best of Gordon. There you have it. And this one came out in 2001. This is the only Anchor Bay Thomas DVD came out in 2001. Best of James came out somewhere in the beginning of 2002. This came out the mid 2002. I believe it came out the late 2003 or early 2004 or something. So yeah, there you have it. This is just the best of Thomas. This is every best of Thomas DVD. So yeah, thanks for watching.